What's up there, Misfits? Welcome to Pages of Ascension. Welcome back if you've been hanging out with me here for a little while. So this is going to be a new series. Welcome to the new series. So this one is called Life Review. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a memory, whether this life or past life. And this memory is going to serve as a synchronicity for you that triggers something in you, kind of allowing you to grow. Trigger's probably not the right word. In any case, the hope is to tap into past energy for you, or even current energy, to help you figure out where you're blocked and how to work through that during this retrograde, okay? Since retrogrades are the perfect time for review. So, I don't know why y'all give me a lot of cards. We ain't doing that. Rude. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Very interesting. Okay, this is really interesting. So, okay. It all makes sense now that it's on the table. It's possible for some of you. I can't tell if this is one storyline or like four. I'm just gonna say what I see. We'll roll with it. Some of you may have actually grown up in the foster care system, or you grew up with someone other than like your birth parents. Let me put it that way. As a result of that, whether you knew this or not, you felt very isolated. So you spent a lot of time in like parks or forests, whatever local green space that you had that was around where you lived as a kid, and you would read books. I was trying to see if I could get an actual tree for you, but I'm not getting a specific tree. So in any case, it was while you were reading these books and really communing with nature, not even realizing that you were communing with nature, but you'd spend sometimes like daydreaming about what you wanted your life to be like, the path that you would take. You know, you'd create a world for yourself where you felt protected. Okay. It may have even been in this specific spot that as an adult is what I'm hearing, but not necessarily, that you discovered this idea of yoga for the first time. Okay. And for some of you, yoga very specifically has become a major part of your life, and allowing yourself to become balanced and seeking your balance, okay? For some of you, actually, you met the love of your life like in a yoga class or something like that, or at a yoga retreat. I feel like whatever it is that you're doing now, whatever idea it is that you have, part of me is feeling like whether it's to write a book, or if it's to start a business, or to like start like a yoga community of some sort. I feel like you're on the right path in doing that. You need to be careful to not isolate yourself. That will work at cross purposes to what you're trying to achieve in this. Yeah, you are protected in this path. You will find lots of love in this path. Yeah, okay. So this is a solid foundation for you, whatever this is. Like, I've got the communal living card. So it makes me think, like, if you are not moving to a community, you are starting a community that's primarily involved with the healing arts such as yoga. Okay, but more specifically yoga. Yeah, this is very lucrative. This is incredibly lucrative. And yeah, this is lucrative. So this community that you're starting, or that you're moving to, or that you're getting involved in, this is good. This is going to bring a great deal of abundance and security and independence your way. And I do feel like because of your background, this is something that you've been seeking for quite some time. Okay, you've been in isolation a long time, and part of that has just been dealing with like healing from the things that you experienced when you were a child, and you know, the process of not having your parents around, or growing up without your parents. I feel like this community, again, that you're either going to or creating, is going to help you feel that connection that you're seeking, but it's also going to be very lucrative for you. So again, if this is something that you're considering starting, you know, don't be afraid to ask for help. I do see here that you may need a little bit of help, but you need to know that this is the right path. Like, you are legit, you're on the right path. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You're heading in the direction that is on, it's on par for the course that you're on, okay? Yeah, you're ready to be. Yeah. Okay, 4 is a huge number for you. So whomever this video is for, 4 is a major synchronicity for you. Pay attention to that. But what it also tells me is that we're in a 4 year. So like, these moves that you're considering making, this community that you're creating, it's stable and it's solid and it's a damn good idea. And pursuing this is going to bring you a large amount of abundance and joy, and yeah, your life is going to change completely once you make this switch, okay? Oh my god, you have 4 4s on your board. 4 4s, okay? This is very, very stable. This is very stable movement. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. Okay, so it is going to be a little disruptive. Or I should say, excuse me, you are going to have something a little disruptive come through, but it's going to bring you into a sense of awareness. It's going to enlighten you to something that you weren't privy to before, and that's going to make a huge difference in how you approach making these moves. But yeah, make no doubt, you are supposed to make these moves. This is what you're supposed to be doing. You know, I don't know what book it was that inspired you as a kid, but whatever book it is that first introduced you to this theory or concept of yoga or energy healing, or even like of being able to create a community, like having the power to create a community for good, a community of people, I would suggest rereading that book. I think that there's going to be answers in that for you. It's going to give you a new viewpoint, or what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, it's going to give you a new view on how to approach making this come into full fruition, okay? There is planning that needs to take place before you take the jump, okay? But not much. You've already got the bare bones of this idea set. It is solid. It is very, very solid. It is the right thing for you to be doing at this time, okay? But go back and read this book. I feel like the book had to do with collaboration of some sort. So, so I feel like it's like this, whatever this book is, it's like it made you the character. It's like you associated so much with the character because the character was also an orphan, I feel like, or grew up in some type of system. And it's the way in which this primary character navigated through this book and who they ended up becoming at the very end, like the strength that they had, okay, that allowed them to get a sense of justice for being left behind or feeling like they've been left behind by their family. And while that's not necessarily the case, I mean, there's many reasons that a child can end up in foster care, many reasons, but for you, based on what you know at this time, you feel like you shouldn't have ended up there. Like somebody dropped the ball. I do feel like you're going to have some information coming in to make you a little bit more aware of how you ended up where you did as a kid. Yeah. Not all of it's going to be good. Okay, so I'm just... there is really no way to properly prepare someone to hear that kind of information, so I'm just not going to go there. But you're going to find out there was a lot of fighting in the home that you were in. It was just it was an emotionally toxic environment. We're just going to leave it there. Yeah, emotionally toxic and abusive. Very abusive. And really, okay, so it's because of this sense of growing up how you did that you feel like being able to get the things that you need is just a struggle. Like, you always have to struggle to get what you need. Thinking, for those that this is resonating with, you might be pretty young. Adult age, but maybe 19, between 19 and 25 is the age that I'm getting. Earth sign. You're very methodical. And with this, you should be, because that's what makes a good emperor. An emperor doesn't make decisions on the fly. Okay? The emperor takes his time. And emotionally stable. Okay, so if this sounds like someone that you know, they would be a mixture of earth and water. This is someone who I actually see as very emotionally stable. Shit, they might even have some serious air in their chart. Like, something about their Mercury placement is probably in water. Vegetarian. Possibly an AA. An ex-drinker. Or this is something that you're trying to get away from now. That's possible as well. And you're at this place now because you see what it's doing to the people around you, like your friends around you. You've seen what it does to family. So that's inherently making you kind of clean up your act. So again, I got someone who's a vegetarian at the very minimal. Possibly a vegan. I'm feeling more vegetarian. And someone who is walking away from alcohol. We'll just extend it to all substances because I'm seeing some other stuff here too. Yeah. Whatever this message is that comes in, it's going to make... It completely turns everything upside down for you. Things are going to completely change. So, that's... We're going to call it here. I hope that this was able to inspire some information for you so you can figure out where your block is. And I wish you much luck on this retrograde. Okay? And that said, your peace is your power. And I will check you later. Bye.